She-Hulk episode 3 now out for you guys to go and check out. I have just watched it. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on episode 3. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of episode 3? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Interested? Smash it down below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And let's get straight into this review right now of episode 3 of She-Hulk. Okay, so episode 3 of She-Hulk. Look, you guys know, been watching me. I haven't liked the first 2 episodes. I really have not liked them at all. I still have hope in this show. Because it's only been 2 episodes, so when people are like, you don't have to watch it now, I'm like, it's only been 2 episodes. I still have hope that it can get better. It's in the MCU, so you kind of have to watch it because this could have a ripple effect on something later on that you're like scratching your head when you're watching it like, oh, well, where did that come from? Because it's in this show. So, what did I think of episode 3? Look, I don't think it's as bad as the first 2 episodes. That is a positive for me. This one is better than the first 2 episodes. Much better. But still, the big problem I have with it is I just feel like the comedy that they're trying to do is still feeling forced for me. I get what they're trying to do. I understand where they're trying to go and how they're trying to make something different, give us this unique take, something that we haven't seen in the MCU, but I just don't think it's working at all. I think it's way too forced down my throat right now. Pause. That sounded so bad, didn't it? I just feel like the jokes, every time it comes on screen and she tries to be funny and they try to crack a joke, it just kind of makes me roll my eyes because I'm like, oh, you're just putting it in there just to force it at this point. Like, can we get something organic? And the stuff when I did laugh at in this episode, I actually did get a little chuckle out in this laugh, was the organic stuff that was funny. It wasn't the stuff that felt forced. And I think another thing that I don't like is, why does it feel like every character is dumb? It does. It feels like all these characters are just dumb people. We got this new whole story with this lawyer getting into with a shapeshifter. I mean, for a lawyer, he is one of the dumbest people you will ever meet. Like, I don't understand why he has to be that dumb. You've got the whole stuff going on with Abomination, how she's representing him, and how they all get scared when he turns into Abomination like that. It's like, yo, come on, man. Like, really? Like, what's going on? There's just, every time we meet new characters, it just feels dumb. They just feel like they're there just to be dumbasses. And obviously we got the new hint of, like, there's this group that's after her blood by the looks of it. That whole action sequence was, whatever. The post-credit scene is just fucking awful, man. Oh my word, it is awful. Is that supposed to be funny? Because that was the most unfunniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was just sitting there, I was like, you went through and made a whole post-credit scene for that. You really just did that. Like, come on. Can we be a bit more creative, please? And again, the same thing that I had issues with in the first 2 episodes. The visual effects. She looks awful, man. The CGI is horrible. It's so distracting. I mean, it's at the point where it's like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. It's so bad on the eyes. It just looks out of place by 100 country miles. Like, it is just awful. Absolutely awful. And it just, every time she's fighting and that, it just feels very, stiff. It looks stiff. Her movements look stiff. And it just doesn't look like it. It looks like I'm playing a game from back in the early 2000s. It's not that good. And that's an issue that I have as well. It really makes it hard to fully engage into this episode when you've got visual effects like that just, you're kind of sitting there rolling your eyes like, oh, here we go again. That's fake, that's fake, that's fake. Like, we've gone from Thanos level to this. I don't know how that happens, but that's where it is. As for the story of this episode, look, again, it's 38 minutes. That's what it says, so it's basically around the 30-minute mark. So it is like 10 minutes longer than the last episode, which is good. I felt like the whole trial was okay. Again, we getting stupid ass reporters and trying to be all fancy with like, oh, were you directed by an Avengers? Oh, look, you're having a baby. Like, I get it. You're having the commentary on society and that's how things happen. Cool, I get that. But I just didn't think it was that funny. I mean, you could have done that like so much better. But hey, that's just my opinion. If that works for you guys, then that's awesome. I absolutely applaud that, and that's great. What else happened in this episode that was like absolutely revealing or anything like that? Not really too much. I feel like I don't know where we're going with the story at this moment. We're 3 episodes in, and I still feel like she's undeveloped as a character. That's just my opinion. Personally, my opinion, I feel like she's undeveloped as a character, and that's mainly because last episode we had the perfect prime example to develop her character a lot more and make me really care about her, but we kind of just got the montage that I personally didn't like. I still feel like that is a necessary, that needs to be addressed and develop her more so that we start to see her as she moves forward and progress. As for the story, I just don't know where we're going right now. At the moment, it's unclear. I have no idea how this is going to impact anything. The stuff with Wong was cool. There is jokes. I didn't mind the jokes about like, oh, this isn't the show you think it is, like breaking the fourth wall and doing that sort of joke. This isn't the cameo one, and then she lists off the cameos. So they're sort of having a dig at themselves at the same time because we all know Daredevil's coming as well. So that would be, well, we've got Hulk cameo, we've got Wong cameo, we've got the Abomination in it, we've got Daredevil coming, we've had Megan Thee Stallion now in it. So that's 5 already in that we know that are coming, and I'm pretty sure Daredevil's the next episode. So I'm a bit concerned of how they're going to do Daredevil. I really am concerned with that. That has me getting ready to cringe when I see him on here and how that's going to affect moving forward. And yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that. I really am. But overall, this episode isn't the worst episode. It's not the best episode. It's all right. I'd say it's probably in the middle. It's an average episode for me. A few laughs here and there. A few things that I still think cringy, bad effects, and forced jokes. So it has its ups and downs. Again, it's a good sign though. It's moving in the right direction. It's getting better for me. I didn't like the first 2 episodes. This one I actually didn't mind. So fingers crossed it gets better. But I am slowly losing hope that it's not going to get any better. I just really wish they would ditch the forced comedy. That is probably the biggest thing that is like the number one thing for me. It's the forced comedy that's like joke. Was that funny? No? How about this joke? Bam. And it's like, let it just happen. Let it organically happen. A bit like Thor Ragnarok. Just let it go and let it do it itself. But that's just me personally. I'm interested to know your opinions. So let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of episode 3? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. I'll see you guys next video. Till then, stay safe. Peace out.